Okay. So, so I have few queries with respect to this session. How many of you know about the tender document, bidding document? Okay. Uh, these kind of terminology. How many of you know about the tender documents or bidding these things? Anyone having idea about the tendering process?
I mean, heard about it. I don't think I have gone through the process, but yeah, pretty much we know the outline. I know the outline of the process, how it works and all that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard about it and heard through some other sources. That's all.
Okay. Good. So this kind of response is required, whether you know, whether you don't know, that does not matter actually. But this kind of, as Mr. Sivaram is telling very confidently what he knows. So that kind of confidence is required. You want to become a consultant, whether you are talking something wrong or right, that is immaterial because nobody knows 100% everything. This is the learning stage. Every day is a learning. Okay. So you need to learn even if you become a consultant also every day you need to browse at least for half an hour. Then only you can survive in IT field. Okay. Now, see, I shared this document. How many of you gone through this?
Yeah, I have gone through it
Okay.
when I saw this in WhatsApp.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
so
for that.
like
Now, see, this is the quotation that I requested from one of the builder for my 1850 square feet site, which is in Tirupati premises. Okay, this is the real-time quotation that I requested with one of the builder maybe around 2 years back. Okay. Now, why I shared this? Because it is not to show that I have this site or something like this. I want to discuss about this project, for example, because this is also one real-time project, right? This is a real-time project. This is a construction project. Let us say, assume that we have like Kalpataru or Karmatara constructions or Alakia Homes constructions. You might have heard about Arabindo Realtors. There are many, many, right?
Yeah.
Right?
yes,
There are many construction companies, right? So, so our key focus is on customer projects, which plays a vital role for your success. Whereas capital projects or nothing but CWAP projects also plays a key role. It is based on the industry, but 90% of our business processes will involve in actually customer projects only with respect to the PS. I don't know why this data is not properly visible, all the things, whereas in my mobile it is
Yeah,
pretty
in
much.
mobile it was visible. Yes.
Let me open it through some other app, open with Google Chrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it is clear, right?
yeah,
So the purpose of this is actually to explain you the real-time scenario with respect to the customer projects, okay, by taking one real-time example. Okay.
okay,
Similarly, I can also explain one more example related to the tendering process, which is very crucial for you people to understand about the tendering process and the related bill of quantities, okay, and how to structure the project with respect to the bill of quantities using project systems, right? So that is the key agenda of this meeting. I will be not touching the system. The reason behind is that if I show you directly the configurations, all these things, now we are going to jump into the project creation and parallelly configurations as well. Then before I start those things, I just want to give you an idea what is the purpose. Like for example, if I ask you, any one of you, will you be able to tell what is the purpose of using project systems? How many will answer this question? What is the key objective of using the project systems by any organization? Anybody can answer?
It
Anybody?
is to know the approximate budget or the overall outline of uh, the expenses going to get incurred
Right,
for this project.
right. Agree. Now, see, this is one example. This is one example. This is actually this is actually a unit rate project. Why I am calling it as a unit rate project? By seeing this total cost, by seeing this overview, I am telling it as a unit rate project. What is the difference between a unit rate project and lump sum project? Anyone? Anyone?
In
If
lump
you,
sum project, like there will be a milestone where, as the project proceeds and execution takes place,
hmm.
uh, then the uh, money will be released to the contractor.
So is it Anish?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
This
very
is
good, Anish. Very good. Now, let us say, so we will be discussing about externally financed projects today, the scenario, business scenario, and I will be not repeating this. Okay, I will be not going to repeat. I will not repeat again in future about this discussion except system walkthrough. That is the reason in the last session, I think last before one session, I explained about lump sum contract with milestone billing, but few of the new joinees are available and some people missed actually. Okay, but on that day I explained orally without taking any example, but I explained very clearly what is the process and how we are going to do the entire business cycle, right? But today I will be giving you the detailed explanation with respect to one real time example that I have in my system. Okay, and if you have any other real-time example with you, any document related to the customer project, yes, I am ready to explain that as well so that you will understand the business properly. The key thing for success of any project systems consultant is understanding the business process. Understanding the business process plays a key role. Forget about the configurations and no generating certain reports by writing FS, or maybe taking the requirement gathering, preparing some documents as is documents to be documents, SDD documents, flow charts, whatnot, whatever is there in the SAP methodologies, starting from discover, prepare, explore, realize, deploy, and run phases. Whatever the phases, as per those phases, you need to no provide all sorts of no requirements to the client as per the methodology that we chosen. So we need to fulfill all the requirements for the client phase wise. Okay, that anybody will do once if they work in the project, real time project. The key thing for success of any project systems consultant is understanding the business process. In my opinion, is very key. It plays a pivotal role for your success. If you don't understand the business process, then there is no use of learning the project systems. Especially it is highly integrated with different modules. It is same as FICO, I can say. It is same as, it is a replica of FICO, similar to FICO only, except the structuring and all other models that we are doing with the help of project systems. Now let us discuss. That is the reason I want to take this class, especially to give you the externally financed projects business scenario in detail, right? Finance projects. So when I say externally finance projects, I explained very clearly the budget for these projects will be sponsored by the client. That is nothing but a customer, right? Now let me take this real-time example. In this case, let me take this real-time example, this case. Okay. So let us assume that diamond package. So the project name is, okay. Let us say I will take some name, like for example, uh, like Shiva Diamond. diamond package 1850 square feet. This is the project description, right? This is the project description. Who is the customer? Who is the customer? Customer name is Shiva. Okay. And this project is executed by some builder, project executor, some builder. Let us say his name is actually, there is some name. Let us say it is CV Constructions. CV Constructions. Mahesh something name is there. So let us assume this is a very big organization. They have SAP in their organization. Now, what he will do, I requested a quotation. Okay, I made an inquiry with Mr. CV Constructions, Mr. Mahesh, for example. Mahesh is the owner of this constructions company, right? Now I am the customer, so I will have one ID for my customer in SAP. Let us say the ID is 1006, right? Now the project name is this one. Like this, I quoted for G plus 4, let us say G plus 3 or G plus 4, let us say for example. So what I quoted exactly same thing we will mention, okay? It is G plus 3, right? It is G plus 3, right? G plus 3, right? G plus 3. So it is G plus 3 construction. Now, once I requested a quotation for this square feet, he prepared a quotation. How he prepared the quotation? If you see here, he prepared ground floor how many square feet, first floor how many square feet, second floor how many square feet, terrace floor how many square feet, compound wall how many square feet, total built up area this much square feet. And then he quoted overall per square feet what is the price, and for compound wall it is a different rate. That's why he mentioned in a different line. Parking tiles another different line. Additional height, if I want to add to the uh, additional height in the, I mean during the excavation phase, the basement, I asked him additional height, so for that also he charged additionally, okay, for 1 feet. And less parking, he is deducting some parking charges, that is for this 360 square feet 460 rupees he actually reducing. Like this he quoted me. That means what is the scope of this project? This scope contains actually, he will provide the design drawings, and this is the structure he is going to build. This is the kitchen that he is going to build, bathroom this way, doors and windows, painting, flooring, okay. This is miscellaneous. So he prepared the detailed bill of quantities, okay, structure wise. Let me put it like this. The first point that he mentioned is, let us say uh, WBS, I can say WBS. Someone can go through this drawing and can tell the headers, structure, and can someone open and tell me structure and this one, design drawings. First one is design drawings. Can someone open and tell? First one is design drawings, right? So my project is actually, let me take this project also. Project definition, I can say. Project definition
Yeah.
is nothing but it is an identifier for the project. Okay. Right.
Design drawing, then after that it is structure.
So it is structure. Can you please name the next one?
Kitchen,
So next one is kitchen.
then bathroom,
Right. Then the bathroom.
then doors and windows,
Then doors and windows.
painting,
Painting.
flooring,
Flooring.
electrical,
Electrical.
yeah, and then
That's it.
miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous. Okay. Now, so forget about SAP for a while. So I given this as a project definition. That means I am defining this as a project definition. Let us say this CV construction is following some naming convention in their books. Maybe they are having some ERP like SAP, assume, or if they don't have SAP also, they will note down somewhere. They will note down somewhere in their Excel sheet, or maybe in some register, like what is the project, what is the project name, okay, what is the scope, like how many square feet, who is the customer, what is the estimation value that submitted, for example. So those things they will maintain. Let us assume these CV constructions, okay, for all the independent houses construction. Let us say they are building only independent houses. So for the construction of any independent houses, they are following some identifiers, like how, for example, I will take independent houses. Uh, Independent houses. Let us say I took this as a INDH. That means if they are having one profit center where they will recognize their cost and revenue only for this category, for this division of independent houses. Or they can also have commercial buildings, like for example, commercial buildings, okay. Or they will also have like they may be into government buildings. Let us assume this is my profit center 1, this is my profit center 2, this is my profit center 3. Example I am taking, right? So in the construction business only, they are doing independent houses business, okay, commercial building and government building. These are the 3 different profit centers they have, right? So that means they are recording their projects, all the projects that they receive the inquiries, okay. For the independent houses, they are identifying their project definition by INDH. And let us say this, I got the quotation in, let us say, for example, this month, okay, this year and this month. 25 is my year and month is 07. Let us say this is the first project that I received in this month. So for independent houses, they are identifying like this. For commercial building, they are also identifying. In the same month, I got one more inquiry for commercial building, right? And one more for government building. Let us say I got one more inquiry in the same month. Okay. So in their register or in their records, they are maintaining. That means this is the project definition that they created with respect to this customer Shiva, okay, for the scope of this one, right? So this is the scope, construction of 1850 square feet, let us say G plus 3, okay, G plus 3 floors building, G plus 3 building, I can say. Now what is this WBS? This is the breakdown of total work, okay. This is the breakdown of total project into different pieces, right? How many of you know about this uh, activate methodology? Anyone know? Anyone aware about this activate methodology?
No, sir.
No.
Discover, prepare, explore, realize, deploy, run. So this methodology, actually they are splitting the total SAP project, any SAP implementation project, into different phases. Similarly, the construction project is splitted into different work breakdown structures or work breakdown structure elements, right? Like you might have heard about the internal order concept, right? So in this internal order also, we can capture the cost and revenue, right? But you will be not able to break down the total project into different buckets or sub buckets, I can say. So this is the parent, this is the project. in which my total scope is this, but the total scope contains different work breakdown structure elements. That means I am dividing my total work into multiple pieces so that I will be able to monitor, I will be able to plan, budget, monitor. So what I can plan? I can plan the cost. I can plan the cost. I can budget, or I can say I will start with I can estimate. I can estimate. Okay. I can plan. I can budget. I can monitor actuals. I can monitor actuals. Any queries up to here? This is very important. This point, whatever I wrote, this will run the total project life cycle with respect to the costing part. Okay. So that means Mr. Shiva requested a quotation from CV Constructions. CV Constructions prepared their estimation. In the estimation, they will have all the costings related to design drawings. Like let us say, here the draftsman will work. Okay. So for example, I will insert here. Let us say for the design drawings, a draftsman will work. Let us assume he is a part of the organization. He is an internal employee. Let us say if I don't know or if I don't have any draftsman, I can give this to the external vendor for preparing the this much square feet G+3 building design drawing. He has to give, Mr. CV Constructions Mahesh has to give to the external vendor. Let us say some other like Sivaram design engineer, something like that. Okay, they have to give the PO to some other external vendor. Let us assume this case they have their own draftsman who can prepare, who can sit on this as per the measurements. So assume that they visited the site and they took the measurements and they came to a conclusion. These are the final measurements. Accordingly, I requested some design. As per my wish, I asked them to provide a design drawing with all the features that I requested. So this draftsman, he will sit for 3 or 4 days per day. Let us say 8 hours. So 3 into 8 hours. Okay, he will work. He is an internal employee and he belongs to this design department or drawing department. So he belongs to certain cost center. Okay, this draftsman is actually into drawing department. Let us say drawing or design department, drawing department. Okay, engineering, I can say engineering department, or I will say simply drawing department, or engineering department. I can say engineering department. Okay, I will call it as engineering department. Technically it will be good. Okay, so there is a cost center called engineering department. Now for this person, actually they are paying some salary, right? So this draftsman may be getting around 20,000 INR per month. That means he is working 3 days 8 hours. Okay, now if you calculate the rate of that employee per hour, what is the rate? Accordingly we will use. That means yesterday we discussed about the work center, right? So work center is nothing but what? Work center is nothing but it can be a department, it can be a group of people, or it can be a group of machines, it can be a production line, it can be assembly line, or it can be a simply a labor who is working. So it can be a department or group of people, group of machines, or assembly lines, or production lines where the capacities are available. That means where the resources are available. So the work center will manage where to assign those resources for which activity. Let us say this engineering department is having 3 people. One of the person, let us say name Mohan. Mohan is the design engineer or draftsman. We will assign Mohan as a draftsman for this project. He will work for 3 days and 8 hours per day. So this is where our work center we will utilize, because our own employee we are using within our department, engineering department. I have 3 people, out of which for Mohan I gave 3 days of work to design this drawing. This is where our work center, whatever we discussed yesterday, comes into picture. You got it now? So what he will do, he will, let us see, if he works for 3 days 8 hours, as per the rates maintained, I will get the cost for the 3 days. Similarly, Mr. Mahesh will do the estimation for structuring, kitchen, bathroom, doors and windows, painting, flooring, electrical and miscellaneous items. For all these structures, there can be something he might be procuring from external vendor. Let us say all the kitchen related materials, structure related materials like steel, cement and kitchen related anything like cupboards, chimneys he is procuring from outside. Bathroom fittings, bathroom related all fittings he is procuring from outside. Doors and windows he is procuring from outside. Painting he is procuring from outside. Flooring he is using some masons, right, their own resources. Electrical items like cables, switches, fans for example, he is procuring from outside, and some other miscellaneous items he is also procuring from outside. Okay, so like this, in the civil construction, if you see, they mention very clearly, say for example 2D floor plan, this is the activity. For this activity, okay, for this design activity, so it contains three activities, that is preparing the 2D floor plan, 3D elevation, structural design, right? Within this design drawings, I have three different activities for which this design engineer will work. Okay. In this case, we will create three different activities. Let us say in the preparation of 2D floor plan, he worked for 4 hours. 3D elevation, he worked for 2 hours. And complete structural design, he worked for another, let us say 4 or 5 hours. So those hours actually, let us estimate initially, let us plan how much based on their previous experience. For designing this drawing, they will plan initially this many hours it may take for each of the activities. That is nothing but planning. So that is nothing but planning. Okay. Now estimation. What is estimation? Before planning, I have something called estimation. It's a rough cut estimation for providing to the customer Shiva the quotation. For preparing the quotation, they gave rough cut estimation. Now if you see here, there is no detailed planning. He has not given for the 2D floor plan how much time it will take and who is the resource that he is going to work, but he gave me high level what are all the activities that he is going to perform, and he also mentioned what are the materials that he is going to use. So this same quotation we will convert into SAP system, with for example in the structure he is using a material called steel. Okay, let us say per kg of the steel what is the cost, aggregates what are the sizes, block work, what kind of block work he is doing, cement, what kind of cement, this is the material. So like this he provided me
Excuse
with,
me, sir.
yeah,
Yeah, uh,
Excuse me, sir.
yeah, please,
Sir,
uh, your
yeah, please.
voice is breaking. Maybe is
there
it
is some
only for me?
network issue, sir.
Is it okay now? Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's better now, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
Sometimes it's a missing. Yes.
Yeah, might be there is some interruption, but network is good for me. Sorry for that. Okay. So what I mean to say is this is manpower actually. Okay. This is internal manpower, right? Let us go now. Let us go now to the structure. Let us go to now structure. In the structure, what we have? In the structure, what we have? Let us say this is steel. Vizag steel he is using, right? So this structure contains a steel, that is material named as steel. So this material master will be created by the team. We will plan what is the steel cost. So while doing the estimation, he will prepare total steel required for construction of G+3 building. Okay, let us assume I need 5 tons of, for example, I am taking, I don't know exactly, 5 tons of steel is required. Let us say per ton it is, let us say for example, 50,000 per ton. Let us say, I don't know the exact market rate. I am just taking it as an example. Okay, don't mind. So 5 tons, 5 is a 25, 2,50,000 is the total cost for this steel during the estimation of, during the easy cost planning estimation for this project. Similarly, he will plan for kitchen, bathrooms. Okay, let us say, let me take one more example as service. For example, mm, Is there any service? Let us assume this kitchen mesh shall be used near beam, column, and masonry wall junction. Okay, of course, ice stone will be poured below plinth. The height of financial floor level. Okay, not this one. The foundation will be okay. Ceiling height, river sand. Let us say assume river sand for block work and plastering. So this is also material. Okay. Let me take here. Insert one more. So I will paste it. Let me take the plastering out here. Right. Now this is also material, river sand, and this is plastering is a service, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what Mr. Mahesh is doing is detailing for the structure how much steel is required, how much sand is required. Let us say sand, let us say again it is let us say 250 ton. For example, I am taking. For example, per ton cost is let us say 1000. Let us say for example, okay. And plastering, okay. So plastering will be based on the square feet, right?
Yes, sir.
So plastering will be based on the square feet. Square feet. So 1850 square feet. I am taking the same example, 1850 square feet plastering. Let us assume, or let me take it as 1200 square feet. Okay. Plastering is required. Let us say 1200 square feet. I am just taking one example like that. Okay. Now this 1200 square feet plastering will be given to the some external guy. Okay. Per square feet, let us say 30 rupees. Okay. 30 rupees. Let us say 1200 divided by, that is 30 rupees per square feet. Okay. So what we are trying to achieve here during the estimation stage, we are detailing how much cost I will get for performing or for executing this project to Mr. Shiva. Okay, for this much square feet. So during the estimation stage, I am trying to detail what are all the materials required, what are all the external services that because I don't have any technician or any person who can perform the plastering, so I am giving to some external vendor. Okay, so I have to raise the indent, then the PO will be given. Okay, upon approvals, then based on that, they will supply the manpower for me for performing the plastering for this many square feet. So what I mean to say is here, we are having own manpower, we are having external manpower, we are having material which is procured from outside. We can also use some of the equipment such as mixers. So let us assume we also need in this stage, just assume there is one equipment required. Let us say mixer is required. Obviously it will require, it is required per day. Let us say it is 2500 per day, right? Right.
Yes.
Let us assume the total project duration is 365 days, right?
Okay.
Starting from, let us say I am assuming that 0101.2025 the project will start, and let us say 30.12.2025. So it will end in 1 year. So the duration of this project is, project start and end date is this much. Okay. So similarly, let us assume for the kitchen items for the material services 10,000. Similarly for bathrooms, let us say for example 20,000. Okay. Let us say for the other thing it is 30,000. Let us say 15,000 here, for example. I am giving some arbitrary values. Similarly, you need to plan. Okay, 40,000 for flooring. Let us say for example for electrical 35,000. Right. Miscellaneous, let us say it is 50,000. So now if we total this, let us say this all, if we total everything, we will get some total value. Okay, we will get some total value. So this is my cost estimation, right? Let us say for example here 2500. Let us assume I am using this mixer only for 100 days. Let us assume like this. So 100 into 2500, how much? 2,500 into 100, right?
Yes.
So plastering 12 3s are 36,000. Am I correct? Now 250 tons into 1,000, 2,50,000. 5 tons by that is 2,50,000, right? Let us assume now the total value is how much? 986,000. For example, I am taking values can be different. Don't bother about the values. The method you need to see. So this is the estimated value. This is the estimated value before I submit the quotation. So this is the point I am discussing. This is their internal estimation, right? For the budgeting purpose, they will estimate this how much cost I will incur if I execute this project. Now the estimated value on top of it, let us say 30% margin I am adding, right? I am adding the 30% margin, right? So 0.3 into, right? That means how much is the value?
Almost
Check whether I am
almost
calculating correctly or not,
Yes.
yes.
right? So this is my sales price. That means if I perform all these activities, I am assuming that I have to spend this much budget. I need to keep this much budget ready, right? And I am keeping a profit margin of this much. So I will get total revenue of this much value. So with respect to this value, I am giving quotation to Mr. Shiva. Quotation to Mr. Shiva. This is the quotation value. Sorry. Why here? 1281,800, right? So this is the quotation value, right? Provided some terms and conditions, let us say star. Some terms and conditions he mentioned, let us say whatever material he mentioned here, let us say he mentioned here some material Ultratech. Let us say I asked him to use Zuari cement, or instead of this Vizag steel, I asked him Jindal steel, or let us say river sand, he is telling river sand. Let us assume I am using some other sand, I am asking some other sand. Okay, he is using this Dr. Fixit waterproofing. If I ask him to change those things, then the cost will change. That is the reason I am keeping here some clauses, right? Let us say in the kitchen items, he mentioned some Faber installations. I asked him some other installations, then it will change. In the electrical part, maybe he mentioned let us say Finolux cable. I asked him some other cable, then the price may change. Like that, that is the reason we will mention always terms and conditions and duration based on the no that activity that we are going to perform and material that we are going to consume during the execution of the project. Now once the quotation is submitted, Shiva has gone through this quotation, and if he feels he may survey in the market, he will do inquiries with some other people also, he will take similarly 2 or 3 quotations, just like similar to CV constructions, he will also go for some other builders and he will ask the quotation. Let us assume in this case this project is awarded to Mr. CV Constructions Mahesh. Okay. Now what we have to do? We have to do the detailed planning as shown here. That means what material we are going to use, which person is going to work on these activities. Okay. How many days it will take for for each of the work breakdown structures. Let us say for the design drawing, I may take 10 days, right? 10 days duration here. For the structure preparation, let us say 30 days. Let us say, for example, for the kitchen items, let us say 20 days. Okay. For bathrooms, for example, 15 days. For doors and windows, let us say 15. Painting, let us say 40 days. Flooring, let us say 10 days. Okay. Let us take it as 60 days. Let us take for electrical another 60 days, or maybe let me put it 40 days. Miscellaneous items, let me keep 120 days, for example. So together 350 days approximately it came, right? So there will be variance always. It will be plus or minus. The date can go either either it can be delayed or it can also be finished earlier if I mobilize more resources or more equipments, and if I have materials procured ready for this project, then the project may go little early, it may finish little early, or it may also become late based on the execution of the project, right? So during the detail, once the project is awarded, during the detailed network cost planning, they will plan all the required materials, all the services, all the equipments required for each of these work breakdown structures with the help of networks. Now, what I am trying to say is that, so this whatever Mr. Mahesh has submitted the quotation for me, he might have analyzed in such a way that for each of these work breakdown structure elements, what will be the cost that I am going to incur. He will not submit blindly for me the quotation, right? He might have calculated internally all those factors. Then he gave me the per square feet, what is the cost that he is going to charge, and it differs from item to item, right? For some of the square feet he mentioned some rate, for other square feet he mentioned some other rate, right? This is unit rate because this is based on square feet basis, right? This is based on the square feet basis. Let us say you are laying a road, you are a civil construction, you are doing civil construction projects. Assume you got one a road construction project. Per kilometer or per meter basis they will charge, right? That is unit rate basis. Or if it is hourly basis, when you are taking some equipment or manpower, if they are charging hourly basis, that is unit rate. Hourly, monthly, or day basis, that is unit rate, right? That is the unit rate. So this project he quoted me on unit rate basis. So overall what we discussed is estimation and planning. So during the estimation phase, we will prepare the rough cut value for each of these WBSs. We will arrive at the estimated value. And once the project is awarded, we will do the detailed planning with the dates, like that is scheduling. What are the scheduled basic start and finish dates? Okay. And then we will arrive at the detailed cost planning. What is the total cost that is going to incur? Okay. Obviously, it should not increase more than this value because I estimated this much, because my budget value also will remain the same as the estimated value. Now, once the estimation done, planning done, and budgeting done, okay, while when the progress of the project starts, that is when the real-time execution starts, then the actuals will incur in what form? Let us say in the form of timesheet for the manpower, in terms of consumption for the material, in terms of again service entry sheet for the services, in terms of equipment timesheets if it is internal equipment, if it is external equipment, again it is a service entry sheet, right? If we have some transport vehicle also, we can also include that quotation as well here, and we can also do the planning, right? That means this CV construction is identifying this project with this identification number. It is having a unique codification. Let us say from Shiva, he got one request. Similarly, from let us say from Kiran, he got one more request. From Koti, one more request. Mr. Sivaram, one more request. So that means this project number will go on increase based on the customer. So that can be second project, or that means within the same month, assume that he got one more project and one more project like this. So based on the number of projects that he is estimating, he will keep on increasing the project WBS serial number within this period. Let us assume in this period he got maybe five inquiries he received, out of which maybe 2 or 3 awarded to him. But he has to estimate and he has to submit the quotation. If the quotation is rejected, he will update reject. If the quotation is successfully accepted, then he will get the PO from the customer Shiva, or similarly from other customers as well. So this is the business process, okay, that we are going to capture here. I am taking it as a real estate project or construction project because you people will understand very easily. Okay, if I go directly some industrial related examples, then maybe you people may be not able to get it, right? That is the reason I took this as one example, right? So any queries up to here? Any queries?
Nothing, sir. It was clear.
Right? So Why we are using project systems? Project systems, in short, it is used to perform the estimation, it is used to perform the planning activities, it is used to perform the budgeting activities, it is used to capture the actuals, it is used for revenue recording. Okay. What is revenue? Anybody, what is revenue?
Profit, sir.
Yeah. So see, that is nothing but a billing value. Let us say the sales price I have mentioned here 1281800. After initially when customer agreed, that is Mr. Shiva agreed this project, he has to pay 10% of down payment, right?
Yeah.
So the 10% of down payment, we have to raise the billing document. Okay. The 10% of down payment, we have to raise the billing document. Okay. Now this is where the integration concepts will come. So now if you understand up to here, it is well and good. If you have any queries, kindly ask me. This is very, very, very important. If you don't understand this thing, you will be not able to understand whatever I am trying to create in the system, right? Because few people are from BTech background. Okay, so you may be having some ambiguity. If you have any such ambiguity, kindly raise questions now only. Once I go into the system, I will be not detailing all these things again. That is the reason I took this real-time example and I am explaining, right? So with respect to a project, we can perform the estimation, planning of the cost, budget, and planning of dates, scheduling of dates, and we can also plan the internal manpower, materials, services, okay, which indirectly giving us the planned cost and estimated cost, which in turn will become the budget for the project. The budget will be monitored with the help of the budget availability control. Whenever we are executing this project, when the execution is started, then we are going to record the actuals. Then we are going to simultaneously bill the customer the as per the milestones or as per the agreed terms and conditions of the contract. We are going to raise the invoice to the customer, Mr. Shiva. That means Mr. Mahesh is going to raise the billing or going to raise the invoice to Mr. Shiva based on the terms and conditions agreed with the quotation, right? So the whole purpose of project systems is it is a very good tool for planning, for scheduling, for budget availability control, okay, and for recording the actuals with respect to the cost and revenue. So overall, for the project monitoring purpose, day-to-day project activities monitoring purpose, and to sorry, to see at any point of time whether the project is in loss or whether the project is in profit. So it will also give you very good reports, and it has a very good tight integration with FICO, SD, MM, HXM, PM, PP modules. These are all the modules in which this PS project systems will integrate. Okay. The key purpose of using these project systems but not internal orders is we can break down our total project like this into different pieces, and we will be able to segregate what are the resources required for this WBS, what is the amount of budget required for this WBS. Whereas in the case of internal orders, you won't be able to segregate like this the different buckets. You won't be able to segregate and you won't be able to do this kind of planning, budgeting, and monitoring, right? So with this, we will be able to do detailed planning. We will be able to monitor in a detailed way. That is one of the key advantages of using the project systems module, right? Now, any questions up to here?
I mean, you have given the project definition for each customer.
Yeah.
Rather, under for each customer, there should be a WBS also dedicated for that particular customer, isn't
Yeah,
it?
agree. That I will show you now. Agree, that 100% agree. Now, if you see here, so this is the project definition that I mentioned, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Let me keep one more level here, insert. Say, let us say this is root WBS. What is root WBS? I will tell all those things. Okay.
Yeah.
As of now, you just keep it like this. Okay. So let me take this to here and root WBS. Let me take Control D, right? Now what I will do, I am taking this case only one project as an example, right? Now my level 1 WBS is this one. Okay, this is level 1, L1. So
Yeah.
that numbering, just forget about that numbering. I just want to show how many WBSs that we have or how many work breakdown structures. But in SAP, the leveling will be there. So next under this, I will create one more WBS. Let us assume my next level, it is having only 2 characters. So I am taking it as 0, 1. So assume all these are level 2 WBSs only. So design drawings, let me highlight this so that we can easily segregate, right? So remaining all are under the same level, right? So Control C, Control V, this is 0, 2, Control C, Control V, this is 0, 3, and again 0, 4. Now I will drag this, right? So in the SAP system, if my project ID starts with INDH, this is Independent House Profit Center Division. That means all the cost and revenue with respect to that project will be accumulated at this root WBS level, which is also nothing but a billing element. I will explain in detail when we go into the system. So it must have the planning element as a planning element. There are 3 indicators, operative indicators we will call. Planning element, okay, account assignment element, and billing element. These 3 are very key. So if you have this WBS element, okay, checked as there will be one check mark. If you check that, 3 different check marks will be there. One for planning element, one for account assignment element, one for billing element. If you check planning element, then you will be able to perform the planning, cost planning activities, right? And budget planning activities. If you won't take planning element, you won't be able to perform planning activities. Similarly, if you take account assignment element, then you will be able to perform the actuals posting on this WBS element. Otherwise, you will be not able to post any actuals. If you take billing element, then you will be able to record the revenue again as this root WBS element. So whereas the lower level WBS elements in the level 2, so all these are level 2 only. So now we will jump into SAP systems hierarchy, right? So in the SAP also, the root WBS element, okay, this is level 2. Sorry, this is level 2. This is level 1. Okay. So so the project will look like this in SAP project systems. It will have a identifier, okay, and we will be creating the projects like this. The structure will be like this, and description will remain the same. Whereas the first 4 characters, we will call it as project ID, right? We will call it as project ID, and remaining characters, these are actually as per our requirement, as per our client requirement. We will define these levels, how many levels required, and each level, how many characters are required. So that is depending upon your requirement. We will define these things. Okay. So for each and every WBS will act similar to a cost center. That means we can book actuals, we can book the cost, revenue, and planning on each and every WBS element. Okay. Whereas when I say root WBS, I will be recording the revenue at this level only. I will be not recording the revenue at the lower levels. I will be doing the planning and actuals recording on this lower level WBS element. Whereas this cost, whatever cost is there, this will roll up whenever I am performing, whenever I am executing the project. The cost incurred here, any level, it will roll up to level 1 and finally to the project level. So in the reportings, always from child to parent, it will roll up. For example, this level, I have some cost like this. The total cost of this project will roll up to the root WBS as well as to the project definition. This is the beautiful future of the SAP project systems, right? So this is how we create the project. We will define the WBS structure elements. This is how we will estimate, plan, budget, and monitor actuals, and as well as the revenue. Actuals in the sense it can be cost or revenue. Any queries up to here? Any queries?
Shivagri, any limit on creating on WBSs?
Yeah, there will be limit. There will be limit. It depends on the coding mask that you define actually, right? So I will explain that how that will follow some Fibonacci series. You might have learned that Fibonacci series in intermediate. If you have done your intermediate education, so it will follow that. Based on the coding mask structuring, it will follow. It can be alphanumeric or completely numeric. Based on that, it will go through, right? Like if I define here in the place of 0, 1, if I define 0, 0, that means it will go up to 99 at this level, at level 2, right? Let us say, for example, at this level, so how we will define that coding mask? Let us say for hyphen, I am just giving here some example, hyphen, again I am taking like this, again I am taking like this. For example, X represents alphanumeric. Wherever I have 0, it is a numeric, right? So for example, this level, if you take 0, 0, I can give up to 99 only, because I am telling this as two digit number. Two digit number ends with 99. For example, if I take this as XX, right? Now what is XX? X can go for alphabetical as well as numerical, right?
Yes, sir.
So I can go with A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A9 like that. Again B1, B2, B3, B1 like that. So how many alphabets are for that many alphabets I can repeat like that. It depends on the way of doing the coding mask structuring. I will explain this when we do the configurations of project coding mask, right? This is
So
about
in this characters is you said the 19, right?
where 19.
No, you will mention this XX 440. Any specific characteristics in required in any SAP?
Yeah, there is a length restriction for
Yeah, for
every.
example, you will mention the individual house
Okay.
25 today date, and you will mention the identification of this month and the 001, particularly in one kitchen or anything in like. So in this, any increase that number, so any limitation is there, right? Particularly in this characters.
Let us say I defined my coding mask like this. Let us say, for example, I mentioned like this, for example. Okay. Forget about the length of SAP. See
Okay.
now let us assume we are here. That means this level design drawings. If I want to create sub WBS on this, I can create like how many WBS I can create. The next level 99 WBSs. Under this design drawings, I can go again 99 WBS, right? Because the next position having again two zeros. That means I can create under design drawings, I can create 99 WBS, right? Under each WBS, again I can create 99 WBS. That you will understand when we go into the system. That is as of
Okay.
now, you just keep it in mind like this. So for example, what I am telling is 01 up to here only. Next I want to create under 01 one more WBS, means how, right? So let us say again 01. Let us say the next WBS, for example, insert, it will be 02. Like this I can create 99 under this WBS. This
Yes, sir.
level I can go up to 99, which is running here. Up to 9 we have created. And again next level, again 99 I can go. Again under this level I have one more. I can go up to 99. Even this level also I can go up to 99. So I will show in the system, don't worry as of now. Anyhow, we will be not going to create that much complicated structures in real time also. If we are creating that much complicated structures, that means we are going to give a lot of time for planning these WBS elements, that is for creating these WBS elements and cost planning. So we will always suggest convenient and easiest way of creating these WBS elements. Okay, so we will not do like this in a detailed way, so many WBS elements, right? We will be we will be uh, you know um, suggesting the client the easiest method or the convenient method, so that they will be able to create those WBS elements, and they will be able to plan and post the actuals in a very simple way, not in a critical manner, because it will take a lot of time whether you use the upload program or whether you create manually, or even if you use the template also. At one or other point of time, they have to give lot of time for planning and execution purpose, right?
Yes, sir.
So like this, up to here, this is how we do the project structuring. And the purpose of project structuring is in order to do the estimation in a detailed way, planning, budgeting, monitoring, and monitoring the actuals. Okay. Now, now we will talk about what is the time, 7:42. Okay. We will talk about PS integration with respect to. So up to here, any queries? Now you
Uh,
understand now what is the purpose of project system?
yes, sir. So, in the project definition, sir,
Yes.
uh, it is Shiva's property. Shiva's property is 0001, and if they have any other customers, it will be 0002 for Uday and
Yes,
triple zero
yes,
three
yes,
for.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
So
Okay, sir.
for me, Mr. Mahesh has created this project, right? And he
Yes.
estimated using this work breakdown structure elements, and he actually arrived at a cost estimate value of this much. Okay. And he added profit margin of this much value, and he submitted. Similarly, when Mr. Uday asked a quotation, he will open one more project with respect to his enquiry. He will create one more project. He will estimate in a similar fashion. The value can be different, and he will submit the quotation to Mr. Uday, right?
Yes, sir. Got it.
So any other queries?
So okay,
Others?
here root WS అంటే nothing but it is a parent
Yeah.
header level like that, right?
Yeah. For example, this is, let us assume this, there is a family tree.
Yeah.
There is, I will tell you one example because you will remember. Okay. Let us say there is one family tree, head of the family. Okay. Let us say child 1, child 2, child 3, right? Now let us say under this child 1, child 1-1. That means for this child, there is one more child, right?
Yeah.
For child 2 also, let us assume child 2-2, 2-1, sorry.
One.
Yeah, 1, 2. Now let us say they have monthly some, their monthly expenditure planning. This head will have some money, let us say 1 lakh, right?
Yeah.
So at the head level, I have this much budget for monthly. That means for this child's high level childs, child 1, child 2, child 3, and further let us assume here no children, no more children for this guy, right? But whereas for child 1 there is one more child, it can be male or female. For child 2 also there are some two children are there, one boy and one girl. Let us assume two more people are available here. Now what will happen? Let us say for the child 1, I gave let us say 30,000, and child 2 let us say 50,000, and child 3 20,000. right? So this total value in the project systems, let us say head dash. Okay, that means this project definition and root WBS will remain the same. The identification will remain the same. Okay. Now this total 1 lakh, whatever I am distributing, okay, I am distributing with respect to the root WBS, not at the project level. Always because in project systems, in SAP project systems, at the project definition level, you won't be able to plan, you won't be able to post, you won't be able to estimate, or you won't be able to do any revenue booking at the project definition level. This is just for identification of the project purpose only. Whereas the root WBS, it can have the planning values, it can have the actuals, it can have the revenue, right? So everything will roll up. Whatever you plan, like in this case, I took the example of budget. Assume this is also estimated value or planned cost also. So whatever you do, whether you estimate, whether you plan, whether you budget, it will roll up to the root WBS element.
So we can
So that
consider the highest level WBS element, right?
yes, this WBS element,
Yeah.
this root WBS element, right? This is the root WBS element. So everything will roll up to this head level. So that in the reporting, okay, in the reporting, if you input the project definition or root WBS, one and same only, okay? But you won't be able to post any cost at this project definition level, okay? But you will be able to post any cost, revenue, or planning at the root WBS level, and even at lower levels also. Okay, got it now?
Yes, sir.
That is the purpose of root WBS element. Even without root WBS element also we can create the project structure. That also I will show in one class. Now, any other queries? You got it now, Anish?
Yes, sir. It is clear.
Yeah. Any other queries here? Koti?
Yeah, got it. So finally, project definition we cannot distribute. There is no costing. Coming to root WBS, we can distribute, right?
Yes,
Whatever the value we have.
yes. So all our cost planning, budgeting, everything will roll up to the root WBS only. Even we can plan manual revenue planning, manual cost planning at root WBS element, but not at the project definition level. Whatever you plan, it will roll up to the parent, that is project definition level. But you can't plan directly at the project definition level. Got it, no?
Got it, Anna. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other queries? So I may be stretching another 15 to 20 minutes. Is it okay for you?
It's okay, sir.
Sure.
Right.
Okay, sir.
Now I want to explain this is about the costing part, right? This is about the project costing, budgeting, all these things. Okay. When I say costing, it is both cost as well as revenue, right? Now, now I want to explain you the integration aspects of project system before I jump into the system. Once I jump into the system, I will be not going to explain anything. I will just post and I will show the final entry. I will just explain there. I will be not stressing this much time. I will be not going to take this much time for explaining all the integration aspects. That is the reason I will take another 15 to 20 minutes or more than that, but I will explain very clearly how the integration will happen project systems with other modules. That is my intention here. Let me say, first I am taking the sales. Okay. Then I am taking my PS. Then I am taking my FICO, or let me take Okay. Then the FICO, or I can also take PP and PM as well, right? Now forget about these two things as of now. Forget about these two things as of now, right? Let us discuss about this sales cycle, which is also called as O2C, project systems Okay. Now this is P2P. Okay. Or this can also be called as record to report. Okay. Acquire to retire. Okay. So we will call the like this. Okay. Now O2C cycle, it starts with inquiry. What is sales? All sales related operations, like the customer is requesting for a quotation, RFQ, requesting for a quotation. So the T code which is related to this inquiry creation in SAP is V11. And similarly, if you want to change after creation, anything, if you want to change the dates, whatever it may be, then it is 12 and 13 for display. Okay. Similarly, for creating the project, it is CJ20N. So nothing but project creation. Just remember these steps. Okay. I will give this recording as well. Don't worry. And this document as well. Okay. Now, once the project is created, okay, once the project is created and estimated, let us say estimation done. For estimation, we have something called CJ9 ECP, or we can also do in CJ20N. Okay. Once the estimation approved internally, so I explained how to do the estimation, right? Once the estimation is approved internally, then markup will be added. Okay. Then we will arrive at the sales price. Then we will prepare the quotation. This is the quotation VA21 / VA22 / VA23. So if I give slash, first one is creation, second is change, third is display. So always one is for creation. Any number starting with initial number, second digit clearly says that if it is 1, it is a creation. From the rightmost digit, I can say the rightmost digit in the T code in SD, with respect to SD, it is for creation, and 2 is for change, 3 is for display. Just remember this. So the quotation will be created and it will be submitted. Now here, what is the integration point between the project systems and the sales process? Here there is no accounting related integration, but the integration will be with respect to the account assignment element. We explained about planning element, account assignment element, and billing element, right?
Yeah.
So the integration here is actually, I am trying to give the detailed integration aspects. So you need to assign in the inquiry the WBS element. What is the account assignment element? We are marking a root WBS as our account assignment element, and we are assigning this root WBS in the inquiry, right? So whatever we assign in the inquiry, same WBS element, it will flow into the quotation as well, along with the estimated value. Automatically, it will flow into the quotation. So for automatic quotation creation, it is DP81, right? So this is one integration aspect, right? Now, while estimating, we will be using some cost elements, okay, which are some dummy cost elements just for estimation purpose, right? This is actually CO integration. Cost elements usage is nothing but CO integration. So at this point, actually, I will mention here cost elements. Cost elements. These are used, these cost elements will be created by the CO team or FICO team, and those will be utilized during the estimation process, okay, just as identifiers, so that in the reports with respect to this estimation version, it will show the values provided if you input the cost elements. If there is no cost element, you will be not able to prepare the estimation. So this is one integration point, okay. Like we are utilizing the FICO cost elements for preparing the estimation. That can be a primary cost element, that can be a secondary cost element. Primary cost element in the sense where the cost will be posted directly into the project, okay, based on some material consumption, based on some service consumption, which are directly involved in the project, right? It can be equipment cost, material cost, or service cost. Whereas secondary cost element in the sense that is for our internal purposes, CO purposes, okay. So those resources that are working in our own premises and those resources which are directly employed with our organization, those will be treated as secondary cost elements, and those will be mapped with respect to the work center. Okay. So we will be utilizing secondary cost elements for activity rates, these things, and mapping internal activity cost or internal manpower cost, internal equipment cost, right? And primary cost elements for wherever you have procurement related activities and material consumptions from the stock. And like procurement can be material or service, both, right? So that is one integration point. Next, assume that quotation submitted and quotation accepted by the client. Now we got the PO. Once we got the PO, sale order will be created, SO. So this will be done in VA01. And again, as I told, 3, VA03. So here also automatically this account assignment element will flow automatically. With reference to this quotation, we will create the sale order. Okay. So automatically, whatever we have created here, once the quotation is approved, the milestones can also be mentioned in the quotation. According to that, milestones can be mapped in the project as well. Or else, if we go for progressive billing, in the billing plan will be activated in the sale order level, and we can maintain the milestone values based on the percentage or value basis. Okay. And along with the down payment conditions. So up to here, there is no accounting entries. Up to here, there is no accounting entries. So I am explaining O2C cycle now. Now let us assume there is a down payment with respect to this sale order. Assume Mr. Shiva has to give 10% down payment to Mr. Mahesh, right?
Yes.
So this down payment will be done with respect to the sale order. PF01 is the transaction code. Now here we will get the accounting entry as, so the integration point starts here. Your customer account will be debited. Customer account will be debited. Let us say 10,000 is the down payment value. The customer account will debit with the 10,000 value. Now this down payment request, I can say here I have to write request. Otherwise, if someone sees this, okay, down payment request, right? Okay. Now, once the down payment request is done, once you release it to the accounting, customer account will debit. This is the entry. Now, once you receive the payment, F-29, this is clearing. Down payment clearing, right? Anyone having idea about this?
Yeah.
Revenue account, right?
Right. Now here what it will do, in the down payment clearing, that means the customer is paying us the amount. So what it will do, your bank account will
Debit.
increase, that is debit. On the customer, here it is a customer account. Since it is a down payment, it will have a special GL indicator. This customer account will credit. Right? If we have some tax, what will become this tax account?
Tax account also.
Like VAT will be there. Right?
Credit.
So let us say tax account or VAT account will credit. Right? And if you have something called with just like GRIR, tax clearing account will be there, right? For adjustment purpose, it will debit, right?
Correct.
Am I correct?
Yeah.
So this many accounting entries will be posted with respect to the down payment. This is the FICO integration. When I say customer account, it is a GL account. When I say bank account, it is your house bank account, which is created as a GL account, right? Any confusion here? Up to here, any confusion?
Just that debit and credit thing is little confusing, sir. I think
Yeah,
I'll
see,
understand it better
we have
later.
something called accounting terminology, personal accounts, nominal accounts, real accounts. Okay. I may take that separately in a separate class, or I can share you the document. You go through it. You can explore in Google. You can explore in ChatGPT. You can explore in YouTube, right?
Oh, all right.
So these fundamentals is required if you are learning the project systems.
Okay.
Okay, related to accounting. Okay, mostly we will not take part in these transactions, but it is better if you understand, right? That is the reason
Yes.
I am trying to give you this explanation, right? Now let us assume that our down payment is done after execution of the project for a period of 1 month. You need to raise the billing, that is actual invoice, billing or invoice. Let us say actual invoice. Okay, now again the transaction code will remain the same. Let me keep it bottom somewhere here. Now here, once you release it to the accounting, what will be the entry? Customer will
Customer
debit.
account, debit.
Customer will debit.
Revenue account, creditor.
Good. Revenue account credited. So this is the entry that we will get when we do the invoice, actual invoice to the project. And if you want to adjust this down payment in this invoice, right? For example, here 10% down payment is there. You can also adjust that down payment here. Understood, no? We will see all those things when we do in the system. Don't worry about this. If you understand these basics related to O2C, this is much more than enough forever, no, entry level into the project systems. Okay. So this is about O2C cycle. Coming to the P2P cycle, right? Let us assume once the project is awarded, budgeting is done, we have to raise some indents. Indent is nothing but purchase requisition in SAP, right? So whenever we raise a purchase requisition, let us say from here, I will take from here, that is awarded. Once the project is awarded, from here I will take, right? Once the project is awarded, I am going to create the PR, right? So this is nothing but a commitment for the project systems, commitment. So this is recorded at GL level or cost element, GL or cost element, I can say, right? So this is a commitment cost. This is nothing but cost element level. Why this is required? Commitment, why commitment will rise? Whenever we generate a PR, why the commitment will rise? Since we have a budget availability control feature with respect to the project system. What is budget availability control? Whenever we budget a project with this much value, right? This much value, system, whenever you are trying to raise some planning with respect to this, when you are trying to do some manpower planning, material planning, service planning, it will try to recognize those values. So as a commitment, if it is a PR and PO, and if it is a reservation and internal activity cost, it will not generate the commitment unless until you do some prerequisite configuration so that it has to consider during the budget availability control check, right? So commitments are monitored by the project systems availability control feature. With that feature, budget availability control feature, all the commitments will be recorded with respect to the cost element planning values. That means, let us say I raised a material PR for 50,000. This will be recorded in the report CJI5 showing as a commitment value and as a assigned value in the budgeting report. I will show those things, just remember as of now. So this is an integration with respect to the budget availability comes under CO. Okay. So this is actually integration aspect with respect to FICO, right? So availability control, AVAC, with respect to cost element, this is the integration concept with respect to CO, right? Similarly, when you convert this, when the PR is approved by internally by the department or divisional manager, it will be converted into a PO. So the commitment value in the PR, let us assume the PR is completely converted. That is, total quantities of PR are converted into PO. Then the commitment will move from PR to PO. So that means the commitment at this level, PR level, will become 0. If you exclude the CGI5 report, again the commitment will show in the purchase order equation, purchase order document level. So this is also CO integration, same thing. It applies same for both PO and PR. Let us assume the PO is approved by the divisional manager or purchasing department. Then the GRN will be performed. Once the GRN is performed, in this case, I am assuming I am receiving some stock. Direct, that is consumables I am receiving. So in this case, my consumption account, let me keep this here to avoid the confusion.
Sir, what is GRN?
Goods receipt note. Okay, I will explain that. Don't worry.
Okay.
Right. So what is GRN or MIGO? This is in SAP. Whenever the PO is given to the vendor, assume that we given PO to some vendor for supply of the kitchen items. Assume for the kitchen items, we gave the PO to some vendor, right? Then this is a legal document. With respect to this PO, that vendor will supply the kitchen items for us. When they bring the stock to the plant location, then they will perform one transaction called GRN transaction in SAP to record the number of quantities received with respect to this PO from the relevant vendor for whom we have given this PO. Got it, no? So this is the transaction to record the goods receipt. That is receipt of material from the vendor. Got it, no? Any queries? You understood?
Yep.
Yes.
So during this time, the accounting entry will be your consumption account. Your consumption account will debit. GRIR will credit. What is GRIR? Anybody know?
Goods receipt and invoice receipt.
Right. So this is an intermediary account, right? Like for example, the PO quantity, let us say here 100 quantity. Okay. So here it is 100 quantity. That means received also 100 quantity with some XYZ value. That is 50,000 value. Now, when we do the invoice, let us say with respect to this GRN, we received the goods as well as the invoice. Now we have to post the Myro. I am assuming Myro also from only. When we do the Myro, okay, the entry will be reversed. That is GRIR will debit and vendor will credit. Right? So that means if the quantities in PO, GRN and the invoice matches, this will clear off. This is an intermediary account or auxiliary account to have the track of the GRN quantity and invoiced quantity, GRN value and invoiced value. Am I correct? Anybody knows about this concept? So this is about GRIR clearing account. Okay. Now, when you receive the payment, that is when the vendor payment is done, vendor account, debit, bank credit. So when the payment is done, payment. What is the transaction for payment? Anyone remember? Anyone remember the payment transaction for vendor in SAP? Okay, no problem. Okay, so this is the integration between MM and FICO. This is the integration between MM and FICO. Now you can ask me how during the GRN, how these accounts are determined. Can anybody tell how this consumption account is determined? How this GRIR account is determined? Anybody? What is the process? How the system will identify when I perform the GRN, whether it is a consumption account or it is inventory account? How the system will identify? Anybody? Anybody having idea?
The account assignment.
Okay. Any others? You just talk something, because if you talk something, then at least for juniors it will be helpful. That is the only reason. Otherwise, I can tell straight away. It will be little encouraging for them if we are communicating. Whether you are telling right or wrong, that is immaterial here. Whatever knowledge you have, just tell those things, no issues. Whether you tell wrong or right, that is immaterial actually. We are not giving any certifications here, right? So good. Now you see, there is something called valuation class, which is maintained again as the material master, which in turn it is integrated with the OBYC settings.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. There will be something called valuation modifiers. Okay. Those valuation modifiers along with the valuation class will determine which kind of accounts are linked to those valuation classes. Based on that, okay, this accounts will determine automatically while performing that movement type, particular movement type. Then it will determine respective GL accounts. Okay, that is integration point. If you have time, kindly go through the FICO MM integration, FICO SD integration concepts through Google, through ChatGPT, through YouTube. Because these integration points I will explain very clearly with the accounting entries. But I won't be able to detail you like what are the OBYC settings, what are all the posting keys, what are all the GL accounts, valuation classes, because that is a different subject that will go into FICO and MM concepts. Okay. I am not going to touch those things because those are not relevant to PS module. If you have interest to learn something, you can go through the YouTube videos, chat GPT or something like that, right? But I am giving you very clear-cut integration aspects. Okay. This is about O2C, P2P integration with respect to and R2R integration with respect to PS module. Any queries? Any queries up to here?
No, sir.
No, good.
Sorry. Okay, shall we wind up? If you don't have any queries, shall we wind up here? Let me stop the
Yeah.
recording.
Sure, sir.